And she writes, "My throat is yours. You're going to be the death of me, but I don't care."
Girl, shut the fuck up.
All right, good morning.
Good morning, Your Honor.
All right, do we have any preliminary matters before the jury comes out?
Yes, Your Honor, we would just ask leave for Your Honor to please publish our agreed demonstrative.
All right, there's no objection to that? People change places here. I just want to make sure I look at the right place. I'm assuming it's...
We tried it out beforehand, it seemed to work.
If it's a blank screen, it's hard to see if it's working or not.
Understood.
It is published,
Thank you.
but it's just a blank screen, I guess. Okay, we're going to hope that's it then. All right. Are we ready with opening statements?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, go ahead, sir.
Why is that? I just drank on the job and stuff like that. Okay.
Let me ask you about pirates, though. You compared pirates to the to the depositions given in this case.
Then I apologize for what I said.
You misspoke. You didn't make the comparison.
Right now, just a second ago? Just a second ago, I may have said that I misspoke. I apologize, I misspoke.
Okay. Because you know you can't compare pirates to sworn testimony, right?
Yes.
Okay.
But you can, but as an aside, you can judge someone's processing speed at any time. Like I'm judging yours right now, you're judging mine. We all judge processing speed.
What? Oh. Okay.
As a baseline, because of what we know about each other, I would say your processing speed right now is not slow. So, I mean, we're judging processing speed, I'm just saying to you.
Yeah.
Mr. Doherty also testified that Ms. Heard only paid 1.3, actually she didn't even pay all that, out of the $3.5 million that she had pledged to the ACLU, and then they helped her lie about it.
More
to
under the
strike
influence.
everything after
I was trying to stop
the answer to her question.
Your Honor, she was responding.
I'll overrule the objection, that's fine.
Thank you, Your Honor.
This is a situation where you were trying to get Mr. Depp to pay attention to you. Isn't that right?
No, I was trying to stop him from using.
And because he ran away from you at the first sign of trouble, you call him a monster,
I was
right?
trying to stop him from turning into the monster. The drugs are the key that opened the door.
Who was the real monster in this relationship, Ms. Heard?
Lives in Johnny, half of Johnny. It's not all of Johnny. The other half of him is wonderful and beautiful and the man I love.
You write a long series of text messages to Mr. Depp that don't get a response. Is that correct?
That is correct.
You write, "Come grown, face the shit, and we can do anything." You go on a little later to say, "Please come home. Let's apologize to each together." And continuing on page 77, you write, "Not go to bed mad." And it goes on. And I won't read all these messages, but you're saying, "Please answer," over and over again. Right?
It was very important to me.
But as an aside, you can judge someone's processing speed at any time.
Why Mr. Depp couldn't or wouldn't look you in the eye here or in the UK. You said, yes, you know. Why? Because he's guilty.
Shades. There's this light coming across.
I appreciate that. It's probably good light.
You've left nothing, and I've left everything. So suck your dick.
Pull her up. I'm sure she's a man.
Maybe she is. I don't regret. I don't regret.
Oh, what else?
I don't.
What else? What else other things do you want to add?
Can't talk to
You
me,
fucking
sound
lying
like
piece
Bobby
of shit. What?
Bear.
Oh,
Sorry,
no, I
good
want
show.
to know.
Yeah.
I want to know.
Get out your Ubers out.
I'm kind of waiting. You go get it.
Yeah, I'll be in.
Wait, is there no other place for you to run in your 15 other houses?
Could you tell the jury what the coaster was that he slipped into your pocket, what it said?
He said, "I love you forever, my Slim, dead or alive."
And what, if anything, did it have in addition?
His new phone number.
And to be, just so we're clear, on how many occasions in that second mediation did Mr. Depp look you in the eye?
Many.
Okay. And when Ms. Vasquez asked you if you knew why Mr. Depp couldn't or wouldn't look you in the eye here or in the UK, you said, yes, you know. Why? Please tell the jury why.
Because he's guilty. Because he knows he's lying. Otherwise, why can't he look at me?
Thank you. You were asked about it.
I survived. I survived that man, and I'm here, and I'm able to look at him.
You told Mr. Depp to suck your dick multiple times, didn't you?
Yes, I did.
You tell him to go run to his 15 other houses, right?
That's correct.
Because that's what he would do when you behave like this, isn't it?
Eventually, he would go and stay in one of the other houses.
You call him a sellout, don't you?
I was expressing frustration about his criticism of my career and how many problems that caused within the dynamic of our relationship, yes.
So you call him a sellout and a joke?
I called him horrible, ugly things, as you can hear. And
Sellout.
We spoke to each other in a really horrible way.
Pretty sure we just heard you speak to him in a really horrible way. You called him a sellout,
I just
right, Ms.
disagree.
Heard? You called him a sellout, right, Ms. Heard?
I called him a lot of ugly things.
And a joke.
I called him a lot of ugly things.
You called him a joke on that recording. You called him a washed up piece of shit.
I think we both called each other that on that occasion, yes.
Good morning. Johnny Depp. Some of you may recognize Mr. Depp from seeing him portray characters such as Edward Scissorhands or Captain Jack Sparrow from the Pirates of the Caribbean movies. A respected artist whose name was associated with success at the box office. Today, his name is associated with a lie.
He gets 5 big booms. Boom! 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 Boom!
The defendant, Amber Heard, that falsely cast Mr. Depp, falsely and unfairly cast Mr. Depp as a villain. A man, under the law, a person who makes a false statement about someone else can be held responsible for the harm that results from that falsehood. That's because words matter. This is a case about the impact of Amber Heard's words on Johnny Depp. And the op-ed was published, and this is no accident, the evidence will show, on the eve of her first major acting role in the movie Aquaman.
I'm so pathetic when it comes to knowing what movies I've done. I'm sorry. I just, I don't watch them. I feel better not watching them. What was the question again?
How many? I have order in the court, or I will have you removed. Understood?
Mr. Depp was trying to urinate in the foyer, wasn't he?
No.
Mr. Depp had his penis out of his pants, didn't he?
I think I would remember.
Relevance.
I'll allow. Next question.
And you were trying to get Mr. Depp out of the house, correct? I mean, so he was strong enough to break away from your grip, correct?
No.
So you had his arm and he broke away, though, correct?
No.
You poured yourself a mega pint of red wine, correct?
A mega pint?
Yeah.
I poured myself a large glass of wine.
Right.
I thought it necessary.
Right.
I once gave Marilyn Manson a pill so that he would stop talking.
Very different thing from what you texted Paul Bettany, correct?
Again.
Okay. So you.
I said, on my head, I was like, you think someone's trying to get into your unit? There's scratches like 4 inches above the floor and your door. That was the dog trying to get into the unit. May 24th?
Yes.
Yep, that's Tuesday.
But in fact, you don't recall seeing Amber Heard on May 24th, correct?
I don't remember. I don't even remember what I got for breakfast.
Or 5 bathroom doors and 2 bedrooms. Isn't
Johnny
that right?
is not an accurate historian of what happened during
Ms. Heard,
that
Ms.
period
Heard,
of time. I'll guarantee
Ms.
you.
Heard, that's not my question. 5 bathroom doors, 2 bedrooms. That's what you knocked on.
You were asked by Ms. Vasquez about why Mr. Depp won't or can't look you in the eye. She played a tape in which Mr. Depp said, "You will not see my eyes again." Do you recall that?
I do.
Do you have a drinking problem, Johnny?
Action calls for hearsay.
Different question, Mr. Depp.
Yes. Let's let him object to another one. For him to cook. That's hearsay, I guess.
Is Disney aware that Mr. Depp has testified under oath that he would not take another Pirates of the Caribbean franchise role for $300 million and 1 million alpacas?
No.
Hey, Lori, who on the team would you not let date your kid?
Ewan? He's all talk. You can hear it in his voice. That sounded like all talk, Ewan.
With Disney.
He'd had a conversation with Ms. Heard.
Hearsay, Your Honor.
It appears that Ms. Heard had told...
Hearsay, Your Honor.
I'm not sure.
This is apparently.
Oh, I think. Okay. So I think it was in the context. I think it was in the. You probably should read the context of it, because I think the context was, and I'm trying to think back. Okay.
That all of this is unethical, which is what you were saying. This is how I'm interpreting what you were saying to me. Then unless you do the evaluation directly yourself.
There were numerous negative news stories about you. You'd agree with that, correct?
Objection, compound.
I'll sustain it to compound.
Last week, Mr. Rottenborn asked you about a quote where you said you wouldn't come back to the Pirates franchise for $300 million and 1 million alpacas. Do you remember that?
I do.
What?
Thank you, Your Honor. For the record, I've known Mr. Tobin for several years. I meant no snarkiness toward him.
Well, you're just a snarky guy.
Drinking pretty heavily.
Were you there?
Did I read that right?
You did. You should read the article.
And the last one.
Condition. Have you seen Mr. Depp take any drugs by this point?
Oh, yeah. To him in some way. Johnny took his penis out of his pants.
Wait, what?
I was on the edge of the couch. I was just sitting there on this carpet, looking at the dirty carpet, wondering how I wound up on this carpet. Why I never noticed that the carpet was so filthy before.
How old are you, Amber?
I am 36. I just celebrated.
Okay. And do you have a daughter?
I do. She also celebrated her birthday recently. She's 1. Okay. I was walking out of the bedroom, slapped me across the face. I turned to look at him. And I said, "Johnny, you hit me. You just hit me."
Just do a split screen so we can start. Go ahead.
Paul Bettany's a good friend that you've done drugs with, right?
That's a strange question. Where's he gone?
Did I read that right?
You certainly did, yes, sir.
You just want to look at his highlighted copy.
Oops, I touched the screen horribly.
No, that was
Pardon me.
you. It's okay.
Reflecting a different time than when they were actually sent.
Objection foundation calls for speculation.
Oh,
You agree with that, right?
no, I'll sustain the objection.
Okay. Right after, I won't give you anything to argue with me yet. You sustained an injury.
Whatever, where she could be,
Objection.
photographed. Sorry? Thank you, Mr. Rottenborn.
A recording where Miss told you that you vomit in your sleep a lot. Do you remember that recording?
Yes, I do.
What's your response to that?
When someone tells you that you vomit, she didn't tell me. I heard it in court. I think the first thing that I would do is seek medical attention.
Did I read that right?
Yes, you did.
Mr. Depp, if you could please take a look at the stack of articles in front of you.
Yes, it's a stack of hit pieces.
Yes, the first one is called
by Ms. Heard's Publicity team.
We're going to try to get through this as quickly as possible. Correct?
That's what it says, yes, sir.
It's entitled Johnny Depp, Friends and Family Seriously Concerned About Him. Here's Why.
Yes,
Correct?
How did they know?
The next article, did I read that right?
You did, reportedly.
Mr.
This
Depp.
is a pathetic attempt.
Mr. Depp, please just respond to the question that I'm asking you.
What's your
The next
question, Mr.
question, the
Rottenborn?
next, Johnny Depp's financial woes might sink the next Pirates of the Caribbean. Did I read that right?
You did. I don't know
The
how
next
my financial
article,
woes would do
May
that.
20, did I read that right?
You read that very, very well.
The next, did I read that right?
You certainly did. This is hearsay. is
June
it not?
21st,
Your favorite
2018,
word?
22nd, 2018. Did I read that correctly?
You did. Who's Alison Beauchamp?
You understood that she became associated with those same accusations that she made, correct? You've testified to that.
Well, she had a choice. I didn't.
You just touch it, it'll make a mark, so you don't have to touch the top, that's fine.
Do I touch something on menu here?
No.
Whitney, who calls me her spirit animal. Isaac, spirit animal. Hey, listen, I'm not feeling so hot, and I love you, but stop.
We walked out of the trailer at some point. My dog stepped on a bee.
When is Miss Heard's birthday?
Back in Pirates.
We can move on.
If you want to, just
So I can read it out of someone's article, but not from the man's mouth. Was given was to not to fight.
Objection, Your Honor. Hearsay.
All right.
I think it's a pretty simple yes or no question.
You'd like it to be, sir. Nothing simple in this case. October is 2 months before December. That's correct.
If Disney came to you with $300 million and a million alpacas, nothing on this earth would get you to go back and work with Disney. Correct?
That is true, Mr. Rottenborn.
This was a document that you signed as part of your divorce proceedings, correct?
That's my signature indeed, yes.
Okay. Mr. Depp, that is your signature on the right, correct?
Yes, it is.
This is a document you signed, right?
For the third time, that is my signature, yes. Sir.
And that was a document you signed in August of 2016.
Is that the same one that I signed 3 times before? So what she would like for him to cook? That's hearsay, I guess. I'm learning. Yes, I looked at papers. Maybe they're hearsay papers.
Then you went in the house and saw Mr. Depp in the foyer, correct?
Yeah.
Mr. Depp was trying to urinate in the foyer, wasn't he?
No.
I loved him so much.
Treating physician for Mr. Depp and then later for Miss Heard. So Dr. Bonnie Jacobs was Miss Heard's therapist, and may I refresh my recollection with my notes, Your Honor?
She's allowed to
For the
consult the
dates,
notes.
if you'd like me to tell the dates.
If she's asking me a question, I'm not gonna answer.
You're right, Your Honor. Yes.
May I?
Objection, Your Honor.
After all that month of not seeing each other, not getting better, not getting clean and sober, there wasn't even, It was falling apart. I knew I had to leave him. I knew I wouldn't survive it.
Another day. Why did you file for divorce?
Because I knew if I didn't, I'd likely not literally survive.
Cannot be for real. Oh my God, you for real? No, you for fake. No, you for real. You lying.
I wouldn't have done anything. But I couldn't do that one thing. I couldn't stay. The promise and the hope that I had become less and less regular and more rare. The monster had been this thing that was now the normal and not the exception. The violence was now normal and not the exception. It was so hard. It was so hard, but I knew I had to do it. They would have, I believe he would have taken it too far. I wouldn't be here.
Why did you ask for a domestic violence temporary restraining order?
I wanted to change my locks.
Okay.
Have a good one.
Those are relatives, all relatives.
Thank you, Your Honor. Amber, when did the first act of physical violence by Mr. Depp occur?
Objection asked and answered.
I'm about to beat this bitch up.
Overruled. Good. That would have been early 2012.
And how did you determine this?
I reviewed my therapist's
Objection,
notes.
hearsay.
How do you remember the first act of violence?
Well, you never forget it. That's how I remember it. It changes your life forever. You never forget the first time someone hits you like that. I just had the date wrong.
Now, what, if anything, did Mr. Depp say to you or ask you about how you got those cuts on your arms?
Nothing.
What, if anything, has Mr.
I'm an alcoholic. You should.
Lie.
And that you punched me in the
You're right.
fucking thing, and you
figured
in the
it
face,
out.
and you said, "No, fuck it, I didn't. What the fuck are you talking about?"
I'm sorry that I didn't hit
punched
you
me.
across the face in a proper slap, but I was hitting you. It was not punching you. Babe, you're not punched.
Don't tell me what it feels like to be punched.
You're fine. I did not hurt you. I did not punch you. I was hitting you.
Oh,
That's the difference
you
between
poor
me
soul.
and you. You're a fucking baby.
Because you start
You
physical
are
fights.
such a baby.
Because
Grow
you-
the fuck up.
Because you start
Johnny.
physical.
Amber, please explain to the jury what's transpiring in that audio recording, what that's about.
Where I'm talking about hitting him, I am talking about what that conversation is about the disparity. The disparity between Johnny and I in our physical fights. The disparity of how he would proactively punch me, and I would have to resort to reactively hitting him. I am talking about the difference between a punch, which Johnny did often, and me having to hit him in my defense.
Isn't he aware that Mr. Depp has testified under oath that he would not take another Pirates of the Caribbean franchise role for $300 million and a million alpacas?
No.
Would Disney entertain paying Mr. Depp more than $300 million and provide him with more than a million alpacas to be able to obtain his services for any future Pirates of the Caribbean role?
No.
So you would have been marked as deposition exhibit number. Beginning here, you were asked by Ms. Vasquez about why Mr. Depp won't or can't look you in the eye. And she read out, or she played a tape in which Mr. Depp said, "You will not see my eyes again." Do you recall that?
I do.
And that was during the mediation process in July, correct?
That was
Objection leading.
first one.
Sustained
Okay.
leading.
When was this?
That was in July of 2016. That was the first mediation attempt. We met after that, and Johnny very much looked me in the eye.
Please tell the jury about the next meeting after he said, "You will not see my eyes again."
We met in the lawyer's office. They gave us a moment. Johnny kissed me again, held me. I cried, he cried, and then we had a short exchange, and he put a note in my pocket that said, "I'll love you dead or alive, my Slim."
What's up, fellas? How you doing? Thank you so much. I just made breakfast for all of them this morning. Waffles.
Good morning. How are you? Good morning, sir. Have a great day. Good morning, sir. Good morning. Good morning. Have a great day.
That's correct. Ms. Heard, you tweeted at Adam Waldman, quote, "Yes, Mr. Waldman, I may be wearing makeup on this occasion, but on every occasion you will still be short." Did I read that right?
Yes.
We can put this down. Thank you.
From me, or coming from Jerry, from me, so that he finds out about the divorce filing or my intention to do so from some other source other than TMZ, which was alerted.
You slipped up there, didn't you, Ms. Heard? You let it slip out that TMZ had been alerted to your filing of the domestic violence restraining order, didn't you?
I disagree. That's not what I'm talking about.
TMZ is the same outlet that you released the video of Mr. Depp attacking the kitchen cabinets the day before this deposition was taken, wasn't it?
I didn't do that. I don't
TMZ
know how
owns
to do
the
that.
copyright to that video now, doesn't it?
I have no idea what TMZ
Did they
owns.
pay you for that?
I never got paid for it because I had nothing to do with that.
So TMZ was just lucky in getting the inside scoop to your divorce from Mr. Depp, huh?
I have no idea. It is not, that's not my area of expertise. I wouldn't even know how to do that.
He said, hips and thighs. Hips.
And also, what does that get me? If I wanted to leak things about Johnny, I could have done that in a much more successful way, in a bigger way, for years.
Not
and
when
years.
you were extorting him for $7 million.
I got a fraction of what I was entitled to in the state of California, by the way. Right. What extortion?
Child. Anyway, so.
It's alpaca day.
Oh, not our car, not our car. That would have been interesting.
I'm a licensed clinical psychologist. I've been licensed for 10 years, and I've been practicing for about 15 years.
If 2 + 2 is 4, right? And 5 + 5 is 10, okay.
You also have only been practicing approximately 8 years, is that correct?
What the fuck is this?
That's not correct.
Okay. Now, you went to Mr. Depp's home for dinner and drinks before you were hired as an expert in this case, correct?
That's not quite right.
Repeatedly and characterologically perpetuated severe physical and psychological intimate partner violence, IPV, toward Mr. Depp over the course of their relationship. Did I read that correctly?
It says perpetrated.
Okay. Could you read that to the jury, please?
Yes. So no, it's not the task. I was cut off, or what I said then was, no,
Dr.
that's
Curry.
not the task of dash. That was never my task to determine. Task of dash. That was never my task to determine. Can I say what that means?
No. The question
Okay, pull up home.
that you have never arrived at an opinion, Mr. Depp, are false. End of quote. And what was your answer?
Well, there was an objection.
Opinion that has never been my opinion. Isn't that what
Correct.
you said under
Yes.
oath?
Escucha las palabras de las brujas.
And then I wrote, then I'm going to ask you, do you know who wrote this portion of the designation suggesting that these were your opinions in February of 2021? And what was your answer?
Valentine's Day. Like seriously, like we were in bed all day, and then I got up, and then I.
You have never been asked to testify as to whether anyone has behaviorally or characterologically conducted conduct that suggests they may be an IPV perpetrator, correct?
That doesn't make no sense. My man.
I have to ask that again because I stumbled. I can't do characterologically. That one's just a tough one for me.
What? I do. I am an actor, mostly.
Dr. Curry, if you, I mean, Dr. Hughes, I don't know why I keep doing that. My apologies. My apologies. Dr. Hughes, I think it's the confusion of having her in the courtroom. If you need to consult your notes to answer something, let us know that you need to consult your notes. Otherwise, try to answer to the best of your ability. And then if you need to do that, just let us know you're consulting your notes, okay? The concern is that you not read from them, that you consult them as you need to, okay?
Correct. I just don't want this to be a memory test of having conducted many documents, 80 pages of notes, 12.
No, my bad. I'm sorry.
Psychological testings to.
You can reference your notes, just don't read from them, okay?
No problem.
Okay, great.
Escucha las palabras de las brujas.
You can reference your notes, just don't read from them, okay?
Okay, so I reviewed a number of documents, a plethora of documents. Most, I obviously won't read them all. All of Ms. Heard's testimony that she gave in her deposition. Did the same thing from Mr. Depp. I reviewed his deposition testimony as well as his trial testimony.
Pedal my way back. Sorry, I can't hear you.
Aquaman.
It's just, why do you deviate from our agreement? It's not about her doing films. How do you think she got Aquaman, sir?
You heard Miss Heard say, "Get off me," right?
No, I did not.
This wasn't the first time that you talked about Amber hitting the wall hard. Let's pull up Exhibit 213, please.
Hitting the wall hard based on the
We'll just take a look at the next
accusations that she
exhibit, Mr.
brought. I'm sorry, I was talking. Is that all right?
You would answer my question. We'll take a look at the next exhibit.
As long as you're happy, sir.
I felt this pressure. He thought he was punching me.
Sean Bailey, who was the number 3.
Objection, hearsay.
I don't know yet. I'll overrule it at this point.
May I continue, Your Honor?
Yes, sir.
Thank you. just basically said in the...
Objection, hearsay.
Your
What
Honor,
Sean Bailey said.
this is about him
It's in
learning
an
about this.
article.
It's not for the.
saying that...
Objection, hearsay.
Last week, Mr. Rottenborn asked you about a quote where you said you wouldn't come back to the Pirates franchise for $300 million and a million alpacas. Do you remember that?
I do.
What? When relative to...
That's correct. We don't have cameras in the video. Sorry, we don't have cameras at the hallway. We don't have cameras on the hallway.
She brought up the situation of the fecal matter on the bed, and and she tried to blame it on the dogs. That's what the opiate does. The dopamine and serotonin, as you know, I imagine, are things that keep us it gives us our moods. It gives us.
I appreciate that, but my question wasn't that. My question was,
I'm just trying
right
to
after
school
you told
you.
the
So the was May 20.
You didn't know what could cause damage to Mr. Depp's hand while you were there on March 8th, correct?
Dr. Kipper told me he sustained an injury on one of his
Well,
fingers.
objection, hearsay.
What time that you did move in with him?
Objection leading. I'm going to object on hearsay.
My co-star.
Objection, Your Honor. Hearsay. Objection, hearsay.
It was fine.
Objection,
that it was
hearsay.
with Paul Bettany.
Objection, hearsay.
You said.
Objection, hearsay. Objection leading.
Or on the street. You need to
Objection,
move it.
hearsay. That calls for hearsay, Your Honor.
Assuming the plan was to do the
Objection,
full
Your Honor.
detox.
Hearsay. Objection, form, compound.
Did you have any discussions with Ms. Heard on the way to Coachella that evening?
We had a conversation pertaining to the surprise she left in the boss's bed.
And when you refer to the surprise in the boss's bed, what are you referring to?
The defecation.
A few things about Coachella, and then the fecal delivery, saying that it was the dogs. And I'm sorry, I could not agree with her. It was not the dogs.
But in fact, you don't recall seeing Amber Heard on May 24th, correct?
I don't remember. I don't even remember what I got for breakfast.
Okay.
Insider from 2015 that says Johnny Depp has his 5th box office bomb in a row.
If that's what it said, it said. Are you just going to keep reading this?
Well, I mean, and you
Who's
would
that,
agree
everybody?
that before the op-ed there was negative publicity for Mr. Depp about assassinating President Trump. Would you agree?
No, I missed that one. I don't particularly remember that. I have a lot of stuff in front of me.
Did it mention Mr. Depp? That's what I asked you.
Well, does she have another husband who abused her
But
in
did it talk about it?
2016?
Did it talk?
Mr. Drew, who was a chef, which I don't believe is hearsay.
But I've just never seen that.
Driving that.
Yeah, that did it.
Why are you here?
I am here because my ex-husband
Woman.
is suing me for an op-ed I wrote.
And how do you feel about that?
I struggle to have the words. I struggle to find the words to describe how painful this is. This is horrible for me to sit here for weeks.
Do you remember the first time that he physically hit you?
Yes.
Please tell the jury about it.
It was it's seemingly so stupid, so insignificant. Continued to drink and then eventually started howling like an animal.
Just, I mean, there's part of it that the noise of the airport.
Passed out in a chair during daylight hours.
Again, isn't passed out, that's a very specific term. Sleep could be one.
You're complaining about her ambition in this text to her, to Dr. Kipper, correct?
I'm realizing that her ambition is far stronger than her supposed feelings for me, yes.
And you tell Dr. Kipper, I cut the top of my middle finger off in this text, correct?
It's just the way it was worded. It doesn't mean that I actually literally cut my finger off after, at the age of 12, finding the only thing that gave me peace, which is playing the guitar. Very unlikely. Why didn't I start lopping off digits when I was 13 then?
Just the way it was worded. Now, Mr. Heard.
Did you provide a copy of this pamphlet to Amber Heard?
I did not. I did not identify her as a victim of domestic violence.
Is that the sole reason why you did not give that to Amber Heard?
Yes, we want to give them to victims of domestic violence.
I'm going to ask you to take a...
At this point, Your Honor, Ms. Heard's counsel is asking to move into evidence and publish to the jury.
About 9 years. Isn't it true that while he was on the mezzanine level and Ms. Heard and her sister were there, that he was reaching for Amber's hair while he was trying to hit her with that cast, correct?
That is not correct.
And it's possible that she was standing in between Mr. Depp and Ms. Heard then, correct?
No.
Well, in fact, you saw Mr. Depp push or shove Whitney Heard, correct?
Absolutely not.
And it was only after Mr. Depp pushed Whitney that Amber stepped forward and punched him in the face. Isn't that right?
That is not correct.
Really, I didn't understand why they want me to do that. Like, oh, I don't know.
Do you have a drinking problem, Johnny?
Objection calls for hearsay.
What the jury's saying what the doctors told him.
I think that's what's about to be testified to.
Let me ask you a different question, Mr. Depp.
Yes. Let's let him object to another one. Ms. Heard could very easily drink 2 bottles of wine per night, not a speed, if you will. Cold, I don't know if I can say the name. Am I allowed to say the name?
At the beginning of her opening, Ms. Heard's counsel mentioned that the first time you supposedly struck Ms. Heard was in response to a comment about one of your tattoos.
Yes, I remember.
And what is your response to that?
It didn't happen. I've never struck Miss Heard. As I said yesterday, I've never struck Miss Heard. I've never struck a woman in my life.
Would you agree that if you did not find something that would be in favor of Mr. Depp and negative to Ms. Heard, that you wouldn't be an expert in this case? That essentially bring you into court if you're going to say that Ms. Heard is right and Mr. Depp is wrong, correct?
So as a forensic psychologist, my obligation is to the court, is to the fact finder. I present science regardless of what that science may be. Now, when I take a case, my retainer agreement is explicit about that, and I discuss that with the attorneys.
I'm asking you a question. I'd like you to try to answer my question. You understand that if you found favorably to Ms. Heard and negatively to Mr. Depp, you wouldn't be here, right? You wouldn't be testifying.
Objection, speculative.
No, okay, sorry. Hold on. That's not speculation.
No, I'll sustain the objection if you want to ask.
Okay. It goes to bias, Your Honor. Let's talk about makeup for a moment. So, you don't know what type of makeup regimen Amber uses every day, correct? Correct. Okay. And in fact, you don't, and would you agree that there are a number of different types of makeup you can use that would still give you a natural look? There's sun in the Bahamas, right?
Most of the time.
Do you number wears for sunscreen?
No, I wouldn't have asked if somebody has a skin condition.
Like, on set, with James Franco? Did you hear that?
I don't recall.
Did you hear him say, at least you liked it?
No.
Did you hear him say, I bet you slipped a tongue in there and you liked it?
No.
Did you hear him say, make references to Amber's and asking her if her was wet?
Your Honor, lack of foundation, harassment.
Did you hear any of that?
No, not that I recall.
Okay.
I'll overrule the objection. It's fine.
Thanks. And they feel paranoid?
Yes.
And they feel frightened?
Yes.
Afraid that everyone's going to believe the perpetrator, correct?
Yes.
And in fact, they're afraid they're going to lose their security.
There was another article in 2015 that says, quote, has Johnny Depp become Hollywood's biggest joke?
I don't know. Netflix has a whole festival going now. Netflix is a joke.
And you'd agree that there is an article in...
And why is that?
She was,
Another day, another.
I just drank on the job and stuff like that, and her behavior was
Objection relevance.
horrible.
She's already testified. Kate James has testified, and I think the bias, we can...
All right, I'll allow that. Go ahead.
Thank you. Okay. Please describe for the jury what job responsibilities Kate had and how you communicated with her and kind of how that worked.
Objection compound.
Johnny and I kind of lived in this insular bubble anyway when we were together. But we would send emails, texts, and a lot of voice memos, voice notes. And, you know, if I found that if I said, Kate, you know, you left the car running with your doors open and your kids in the car on the street, you need to move
hearsay.
Deposition, didn't you say that what you did was compare Mr. Depp's performance in lots of pirate movies against his deposition testimony here?
What I said was I've seen Mr. Depp do apology ads. I remember he did an apology ad with Bad Dog with no delay in process speed. I've seen him interact with the media regarding to that. I saw no delay in processing speed. All I'm saying
Let me ask you about pirates, though. You compared pirates to the to the depositions given in this case.
Then I apologize for what I said.
You misspoke. You didn't make the comparison?
Right now, just a second ago? Just a second ago, I may have said that I misspoke. I apologize, I misspoke.
Okay. Because you know you can't compare pirates to sworn testimony, right?
Yes.
Okay.
But you can, but as an aside, you can judge someone's processing speed at any time. Like I'm judging yours right now, you're judging mine. We all judge processing speed.
What? Oh. Okay.
As a baseline, because of what we know about each other, I would say your processing speed right now is not slow. So, I mean, we're judging processing speed. I'm just saying to you.
Yeah. But no, any of Mr. Depp's other portrayals in movies, did that affect your analysis of processing speed?
Only I've seen him interact on interviews, and that was it.
Right.
When he wasn't in movies.
Right. But Willy Wonka doesn't matter to you? You see him in that movie, Charlie and Chocolate Factory? Did you look at that one when you were comparing his processing speed?
Do I have to answer that question, Your Honor?
You have to answer questions. Yes, sir.
No, you'll be happy to know I didn't see Willy Wonka. I didn't see 21 Jump Street when it happened, or whatever it was about. No, I did not.
All right.
Your Honor, there is, Ms. Schulman, also of the ACLU, acknowledged that Ms. Heard's op-ed referred to Mr. Depp. So it's very clear that the ACLU and Ms. Heard intended, that was the whole purpose of this, so that they could get interest in this and it would coincide with the premiere of Aquaman, because otherwise no one would have been interested in anything written by Ms. Heard.
Another day, another slay. Period.
Mr. Doherty also testified that Ms. Heard only paid 1.3, actually she didn't even pay all that, out of the $3.5 million that she had pledged to the ACLU, and then they helped her lie about it.
I
More
move to
under the
strike
influence.
everything after
I was trying to stop
the
that.
answer to her question.
Your Honor, she was responding.
I'll overrule the objection, that's fine.
Thank you, Your Honor.
This is a situation where you were trying to get Mr. Depp to pay attention to you. Isn't that right?
No, I was trying to stop him from using.
And because he ran away from you at the first sign of trouble, you call him a monster,
I was
right?
trying to stop him from turning into the monster. The drugs are the key that opened the door.
Who was the real monster in this relationship, Ms. Heard?
Lives in Johnny, half of Johnny. It's not all of Johnny. The other half of him is wonderful and beautiful and the man I love.
You write a long series of text messages to Mr. Depp that don't get a response. Is that correct?
That is correct.
You write, "Come grown, face the shit, and we can do anything." You go on a little later to say, "Please come home. Let's apologize to each together." And continuing on page 77, you write, "Not go to bed mad." And it goes on. And I won't read all these messages, but you're saying, "Please answer," over and over again. Right?
It was very important to me.
Good morning, Dr. Moore.
Good morning.
You said you reviewed Mr. Depp's video deposition. Is that correct?
That's correct.
And you said you reviewed Mr. Depp's testimony at this trial, correct?
That's correct.
And was that also a video of his testimony?
Yes.
Isn't it true, Dr. Moore, that when Mr. Depp did the demonstration in his deposition, he showed that his fingers were hanging over the bar?
Well, even hanging over the bar, it still leaves the dorsum of the hand or the nail vulnerable.
That's not my question, Dr. Moore. My question is, isn't it true that Mr. Depp said his fingers were not laying flat on a table, they were hanging over the bar?
Yes.
Okay. And in fact, you knew that when you made that opinion. Isn't that correct?
Well, I believe that as I demonstrated sitting here, that I said that he had said they were slightly curled over, I think was the description that I gave.
Your description in this courtroom was that it was laying flat, and I think you've done that now twice. But in your deposition, you testified that his fingers were actually hanging over the bar. Isn't that correct?
Objection, Your Honor. Misstates the witness's testimony. He clearly indicated they were curled. Or could have been curled.
Overruled.
During your deposition, what were the circumstances under which you decided to call Mr. Depp an idiot?
Under somebody call Mr. Depp an idiot?
Yeah, you called Mr. Depp an idiot in your deposition. Why?
Okay. So I think it was in the context. I think it was in the. You probably should read the context of it, because I think the context was, and I'm trying to think back. Okay? And what I thought it was related to was if you're coming to some deposition, okay? And again, I'm thinking back, so you have it in front of you. I don't. So I'm thinking back.
Is it your practice to describe people as idiots?
My practice to describe people, is my practice?
Fine. And I thought it was based at least in part on the manner in which he testified.
I'm sorry, what?
On the manner in which he testified.
On the manner, I'm sorry, I'm not being difficult, I can't hear, I'm sorry, on what?
You talked about the fact that Mr. Depp indicates that from time to time he uses an earpiece.
Yeah, I mean, I read that, yes.
Okay. Did you read the testimony of Mr. Wyatt, who told you what was being pumped into that earpiece?
Yeah, I mean, if I remember right, I mean, I think it was lines, right?
No, it was music.
It was music, not his lines?
Yeah.
Okay.
So if Mr. Depp was listening to music rather than being fed his lines, does that change your opinion as to his cognitive function?
If he was never fed his lines through the earpiece, which I know he was, and that may have been that example, Mr. Wyatt may have said that it was music during the actual talking of your lines. Is that what you're saying to me?
Well, you know, if if you can do two things at once, that's a pretty high cognitive function, isn't it, sir?
You know, it's a very good point, actually. Divided attention is something humans have a lot of trouble in.
But what you found hard to believe, sir, was that every line of the script was pumped through an earpiece. Where did you ever get the idea that occurred?
That's what I read in the court review, the court evidence. That's where I got it from.
Right. And you know whether Marlon Brando used an earpiece?
Isn't he dead?
Yeah.
So the answer is no, he does not use one now.
Oh, I used the past tense, sir.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Child. Anyway, so.
Not our car, not our car.
That would have been interesting.
I'm a licensed clinical psychologist. I've been licensed for 10 years, and I've been practicing for about 15 years.
If 2 + 2 is 4, right? And 5 + 5 is 10. Okay.
You also have only been practicing approximately 8 years, is that correct?
What the fuck is this?
That's not correct.
Okay. Now, you went to Mr. Depp's home for dinner and drinks before you were hired as an expert in this case, correct?
That's not quite right.
Repeatedly and characterologically perpetuated severe physical and psychological intimate partner violence, IPV, toward Mr. Depp over the course of their relationship. Did I read that correctly?
It says perpetrated.
Okay. Could you read that to the jury, please?
Yes. So no, it's not the task. I was cut off, or what I said then was, no,
Dr.
that's
Curry.
not the task of dash. That was never my task to determine. Task of dash. That was never my task to determine. Can I say what that means?
No. The question
Okay, pull up home.
that you have never arrived at an opinion Mr. Depp are false. End of quote. And what was your answer?
Well, there was an objection.
Opinion that has never been my opinion. Isn't that what
Correct.
you said under
Yes.
oath?
Escucha las palabras de las brujas.
And then I wrote, then I'm going to ask you, do you know who wrote this portion of the designation suggesting that these were your opinions in February of 2021? And what was your answer?
Valentine's Day. Like seriously, like we were in bed all day, and then I got up, and then I.
You have never been asked to testify as to whether anyone has behaviorally or characterologically conducted conduct that suggests they may be an IPV perpetrator, correct?
That doesn't make no sense. My man.
I have to ask that again because I stumbled. I can't do characterologically. That one's just a tough one for me.
What?
I do. I am an actor, mostly.
Dr. Curry, if you, I mean, Dr. Hughes. I don't know why I keep doing that. My apologies. My apologies. Dr. Hughes. I think it's the confusion of having her in the courtroom. If